Welcome to a quiet space of rest and reflection. Settle into your bed, adjust your pillows, and take a slow, deep, and comforting breath. Let the demands of the day gently fade away into the quiet of the night. Tonight, we are going to travel back to a simpler, quieter time. A time of endless open skies, rustling prairie grass that sways like a green ocean, and the deep, enduring warmth of a loving family. We are going to journey alongside the Ingalls family, experiencing the very beginning of their story on the vast, beautiful western frontier. Close your eyes. Let your imagination drift and listen to the soft breeze whispering through the tall grass as our story begins. Our tale begins with a bittersweet farewell. The big woods of Wisconsin, once a quiet and plentiful haven, had grown too crowded. Charles Ingalls' pa knew that to provide for his family, they had to seek a new beginning under wider skies. They carefully packed their entire lives into a sturdy wooden wagon, saying goodbye to their little log house and their loved ones. Though it made Ma sad, the promise of a bountiful, untamed land ahead brought a quiet hum of hope. With Pa's beloved fiddle tucked safely away, they set off toward the horizon. Little Laura, with her bright eyes, saw only the grandest of adventures. She and her older sister, Mary, found comfort in the steady plodding of their ponies, Pat and Patty, and trotting dutifully beside the rolling wagon wheels was Jack, their brindle bulldog, their truest friend and watchful protector. The trail was long and sometimes weary. One afternoon, they faced a rushing river, swollen and wild with spring rains. The wagon plunged into the churning water. It was a frightening crossing, and in the chaos, little Jack was swept away by the fierce current. Pa searched the riverbanks for miles, but returned heavy-hearted. That night, the campfire felt colder without their faithful friend. But love is a powerful guide on the frontier. As they sat quietly, a sudden rustling in the tall grass caught Laura's ear. It wasn't the wind, it was Jack, guided by pure instinct and devotion. He had found his way back.
You didn't drown. You didn't drown.
His joyful return felt like a quiet miracle under a vast, inky sky full of stars, stars that Pa lovingly said were singing their silent hallelujahs. After days of chasing the endless horizon, Pa finally halted the wagon. He looked out over a sprawling expanse of rich green prairie grass, sheltered by soft foothills. This was it. They had finally found their new home. As the wagon came to a gentle rest, the girls stepped down, feeling the solid, welcoming earth beneath their boots.
See a lot more of them.
Ma gently reached into the back of the wagon, carefully lifting down her precious new lamp chimney. She held that fragile piece of glass, a symbol of light and warmth, in her hands as she surveyed the peaceful expanse. With quiet, steady strength, Pa began to shape a life from the untouched land. Log by heavy log, a sturdy cabin slowly rose. It was a humble home at first, but the air inside was filled with a love that made it feel like a castle.
My home is where you are. And you and the children are my family.
They soon met a neighbor from across the creek, a rugged, kind-hearted bachelor named Mr. Edwards, whose heart was as wide and open as the plains themselves.
He's too late to get his supper. Supper's over and the dishes washed. Nothing left but a piece of squash.
Life on the prairie required bravery from everyone. One afternoon, Pa went hunting in the surrounding bluffs and didn't return when expected. The sun dipped below the horizon and the dark prairie night set in. Inside the cabin, Ma tried to hide her worry as she tucked the girls into bed. Finally, the door opened and Pa stepped inside, safe but weary. Later, when the cabin was quiet, Pa sat by Laura's bed and shared a secret. He told her how a pack of hungry wolves had chased him and his pony, Pat, through the ravine. To escape, Pa had to toss all the game he had hunted to slow the wolves down. Laura was amazed, believing her Pa was never afraid. But Pa smiled gently and whispered that fathers get scared just like everybody else. They just have to keep moving forward. It was a secret bond between father and daughter, kept safe in the quiet night. The Ingalls were not the only ones walking this vast land. Pa knew the Osage tribe traveled nearby. To keep his family safe, he gave Laura a strict rule: keep Jack tied up while he was away working.
You never tried Jack up before. He doesn't like it.
I don't want you to free him, no matter what. That's one time until I get back, you understand?
He didn't explain why at first, and Laura felt it was unfair to their loyal dog. One afternoon, while Pa was gone, 2 Osage warriors appeared at the cabin door. Ma, staying calm and respectful, offered them fresh cornbread and Pa's tobacco. They accepted the gifts and left in peace.
Indians. They might hurt Mom.
Laura had desperately wanted to untie Jack to protect them, but she remembered Pa's rule.
No! I heard Pa tell you not to untie him.
Later, Pa explained that he had seen the Native Americans nearby and knew that if Jack chased them, it could cause terrible trouble. It was a gentle lesson for Laura in trusting her father's wisdom.
Just take it easy.
Vous avez bien construit.
Doesn't sound like Indian time.
I think it's French.
Maybe he wants to go in and sit down. Come, inside.
Charles.
We have to be friendly, Joe.
Not long after, a tall, dignified Osage chief named Soldat Duchesne visited their cabin.
Sit.
Soldat Duchesne.
To Pa's surprise, the chief spoke French. They sat together in the humble cabin, sharing a smoke from the chief's pipe. It was a quiet moment of mutual respect between 2 fathers trying to protect their people on the changing frontier.
Thank goodness he's gone.
As the seasons gracefully turn, a thick blanket of pure, glittering white snow hushed the world outside. One crisp evening, sitting cozily in the cabin at night, beneath their sturdy timber roof, the family talked softly of Christmas. It was a gentle, hopeful conversation, sharing fond memories and quiet wishes by the flickering firelight. When Christmas morning arrived, a howling blizzard raged outside. But suddenly, the wooden door burst open, and there stood Mr. Edwards.
Mr. Edwards! You came!
Completely covered in snow, having braved the fierce storm all the way from Independence, just to bring them joy.
Santa! Santa Claus? You know him?
He carried a burlap sack of treasures. With wide, wondering eyes, the girls eagerly opened their gifts. Mr. Edwards handed them their presents, a set of intricately made toy horses, each prettier than the last.
Okay. All right, now you close up your eyes now. Can't have no peeking. Come on, close them tight.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Now looky here. Look at this here. Sir, it's one for you, a one for you, and one for you.
Laura and Mary held the little wooden figures with absolute delight. Alongside sweet heart-shaped cookies and warm red mittens, it was the best Christmas ever, warmed by the deep fire of true friendship.
I thank you for making this such a fine Christmas for the girls.
Eventually, spring brought a gentle thaw, painting the prairie in vibrant emerald green. But the frontier soon tested their courage once more. One afternoon, a relentless prairie fire swept swiftly through the dry grass toward their home. Pa bravely fought the approaching flames with heavy soaked sacks, while Ma hurried the girls down to the cool, safe embrace of the riverbank.
Stay there.
Just when their strength began to fade, a gentle, miraculous sound broke through the crackling fire. Rain. It grew into a steady, life-saving downpour, washing away the danger. Soon after the fire, they received a message that Soldat Duchesne had spoken strongly to the other tribes, ensuring peace for the settlers.
That's far enough.
You have nothing to fear. I speak your tongue and will give you our chief's words.
Yet, the frontier is ever changing. Word arrived that the government had drawn a new boundary line. The magnificent land they had grown to love with all their hearts was no longer theirs to keep. The sturdy little cabin and the newly turned earth had to be left behind.
What is it?
Kansas tribe petitioned Washington. We have to get out.
I don't understand.
The government drew a new line and we're on the wrong side, so we have to go.
As Charles and Caroline packed their wagon once more, saying a tearful, fond goodbye to dear Mr. Edwards, there was no defeat in their hearts.
Feels like it's time to say goodbye.
I don't want to. I'll never forget you, Mr. Edwards.
Well, I hope not. 'Cause I'll be remembering you.
As the heavy wooden wheels began to turn, Laura looked out at the rolling hills. She knew there would be more roaring rivers to cross and new steep hills to climb, but she rejoiced that she had seen this fair land. The precious memories of their little house on the prairie would forever be a warm golden light guiding them forward. Take a deep, slow breath. Let the quiet, steady rhythm of the wagon wheels lull you into a peaceful sleep. The journey continues tomorrow, but for now it is time to rest. The stars are singing their silent hallelujahs, and all is perfectly well. Good night.